Austrian player is going to call a foul on that play. There was definitely contact. Did it affect the throw as well? the disc will stay with the handler, as she said she did not have the disc, but definitely got fouled, so the disc will go back into the hands of the handler.
Yeah, we've seen the handler looking off all the damps option. Okay, now finally she finds a teammate.
Up the line, it's a free option for them. And there's going to be a beautiful pass collected, and that is the first goal for letting up. They desperately needed that one. And what a beautiful one as well, just floated it out up the line. See that replay once again here.
I really like the solution they found against the flat zone, dump and swing, and then use the sidelines to act deep. That worked out pretty well. But now they need to score a few breaks if they want to stay in the game. Let's see what they're gonna choose to play on defense.
We've seen crazy comebacks from teams, so it wouldn't surprise me if now Latin Up are on a roll and ready to get a break after a break after a break and even it out and maybe even take the lead. On the other side, this is the games where you can, as a team, grow, and that's definitely what Austria has been trying to do this weekend. They didn't set any goals for themselves, but they just wanted to give everyone a chance to play together, and I think they've managed to do that quite well.
I agree.
Beautiful pull out of Latin Up. Meyerhofer with the disc in her hand.
Oh. Also the Latin Up are playing zone. It looks more like a curve look.
It does, and Austria is doing well at opening spaces and getting big gainers. As there is no wind, it's rather easy to control the disc and put it exactly where you want it to. Zenz and Keneally working the handler set. Over now to Alde. And that is going to be a beautiful shot out of Alde, collected by Wilewica. Doesn't really see anything she likes, any options she has. She'll have to go dump, and a far disc back. Lucky she has a receiver like Keneally to get that disc into her hands. And ooh, as I say this, bit of a miscommunication between Krakova and Zenz. And this is a Latin Up's disc now.
It was unlucky that after the big shot they couldn't find a continuation to capitalize on having more offensive players there. But Latin Up with the chance to break for the first time in this game.
Bartolomé over to Nava. Andrade in the middle. It's going every other now. Over to the side, beautifully collected. Just manages to keep her feet in bounds. Oh, and there's a discussion, a quick one, but all the players agreeing that the disc was in. Over to the middle now. Andrade asking for it, getting it now. And then later, Schatz asking for an inside shot, but it's going to be hard, so they're going to change the side, the attacking side of the disc. Up the line to another second attempt here, keeping the concentration on disc to catch it.
Andrade working so hard alongside with San Marco and Rendon Espinosa. I'm really impressed so far by how hard Andrade is working for her team, being there, offering dump options, building up the action. Oh,
There's an injury call on the field. Bit of a collision there, and the disc will be checked back in the red zone for Latinap. Looking for an option going around high release, but will be collected by Ayden. She strikes deep immediately, but well covered from Latinap. Nearly over the top, and now there's a deep shot connected. She's not going to go it, but go for the second one. Hübel in the end zone, jumping, catching, and that is a point for Austria. What a beautiful throw out of Kniely.
there was nothing Andrade could have done there. Kniely was better positioned, also taller. She tried to put pressure on her,
There's a
but
bit of a miscommunication there for the Austria side, because both Sandra Kniely, the thrower, and Nicola Hübel, the receiver, have the same number.
okay.
They're also wearing the same number 4 shirt. So it's a match, definitely, isn't it?
Yeah. So sorry, Nicola Hübel. Great catch. Great thing that you did there.
But also great work from Latinap. They kept the disc around their end zone quite sometimes, and then for some time, and then in the end just lost a bit of the concentration and the patience.
Yeah, when they stopped for the call, that was when statistically it became harder to put the disc in motion again, and because I think they are quite good at finding spaces and options until they keep the disc moving.
And we see that's finding spaces and options. A disc into space and in and out of the hands of Clement.
Yeah, I think that when she saw the defender jumping before her, she jumped, and even if she could have had the possibility to catch it,
But
she jumped too
greatness
early.
there from Zenz as she gives it right back to Latinap. Hammer fake and going for the around shot, and this is gonna just be out of reach. Unlucky there, but this is Sunday morning after a Saturday night party.
Yeah, the disc just slipped out of her hand, unfortunately.
Disc in the hands of Hoflacher. Up the line to Daw. A deep shot would be perfect now, but opts to go for the inside shot, and Zenz is gonna send it for Brunner, and she just put a little too much zip on there. Nice idea, definitely, but just too far out in front. Legs aren't as quick as they were Friday morning anymore. Latinap attacking the Herald. Ups for the around. They're very static in their disc movement, and that's not ideal, especially when working against a zone like this. Tejero finds a big gainer in the middle, goes around, and she's trying to catch it in bounds and lays out early, but just can't keep her fingers with the disc.
Yeah, instead of dumping and swinging this time, they tried to crash it, and they found a space in the middle, but then they tried to play it again on the sideline. Oh, great defensive Pochi D there.
Hoflacher sending it into the hands of Nava. Beautiful collection by San Marco. Nava, rather. Up the line to Nava. There must be 2 Navas on this team. Maybe sisters or relatives. If you know whether they're related, comment in the YouTube chat, please.
Tejero with the disc. Pretty solid handling there from her.
And another missed catch there, a layout attempt, but this corner of the end zone has not been working out for Latinap so far. As Daw picks up the disc another time and shoots it to Zenz, overshoots her as well. And those one-shot turnovers out of the Austrians, they have to clean those up. They're getting the disc back every single time. Oh, what a reception! That is a garbage collection for Nava. Samalko, rather. What a beautiful play.
Yeah, great catch from her there on the end zone, gifting her teammates with another offensive hold, right?
Another offensive hold, yeah, they've gotten into the game. Score is 5-2 now in the favor of the Austrians still, but they're slowly getting up there. They're happy about this now. Austria will have to hold.
Yeah, probably Austria will try to hold it there and put up a fight for another break. This is an interesting situation since even if they're up by a few points, they know that the Latin up can come back, and also it's very important to work on the mental aspect of the game. So trying to play each point as it is the last one and not stopping just because they have a big margin there.
Big gainer there for Kyle, and she's looking at the end zone and shooting one deep for Daw, and she's going to lay out to get that disc. What a catch! Johanna Roy, I'm very sorry for that mix-up. Johanna Roy from the Mosquitas outside of Vienna. Beautiful collection there for the layout.
Yeah, that corner of the end zone is half hell with these drops that we've seen, and half paradise with those layout Ds. There must be something attractive there.
Definitely, as we can see that play again, she manages to keep that disc in bounds of the field. Beautiful stuff out of the young Austrians.
Latin up.
I think that was the first point we saw without a turnover.
Yes.
The first clean hold for Austria.
Yes.
For any team, for that matter. Elevating the score to 6-2.
Yeah, now the Austrian team need to focus on playing cool every offensive point that they get and trying to score more breaks, but even if they make no mistake on offense, they know that they are going to win the game. And they haven't been really pressured, I have to say.
They have stood in their own ways rather than been pressured by the defense so far, but so have Latin up. Beautiful inside shot to Clément. Back to Trejo, who receives the disc with one hand, puts it inside. She's going to survey the field, and those backhand insides are something that Austria definitely have to stop. Just in front of the end zone now, Andrade going around, and an easy goal for Clément.
Andrade once again showcasing her skills.
Looks like both teams have taken a bit more time to figure out their rhythm and figure out what to do and what not on a Sunday morning, but now 2 clean holds from both teams.
Yeah, more conservative offenses, but maybe also a bit less pressure on D. In this case, from the Austrian squad. Anyway, Latin up need a break if they want to stay in the game.
And they definitely want that. They want to stay in the game and get back in there and win it in the end.
We saw Jaka trying to come back yesterday.
And come back they did.
They did, but then there was a time hard cap, so the game stopped.
Although Jaka made the last point, and this is the same thing for here. We have 90-minute games, and at the end of 90 minutes, if there is a difference of 2 or more points, the game will be over no matter who scored the last point.
Yeah.
So if you're within 1 point, there will be another point played. If you're not within 1 point of your opponent, game is over. Beautiful inside shot to Brunner, sends it to Kreil, who surveys the field, doesn't find anything, and goes back to Hoflacher around. And that is beautiful work from the Austrians. In terms of field positioning, and a huge shot back again into Hübel. Top scorer for this Austrian side, Nicola Hübel.
A textbook zone offense from Austria. They are definitely playing with confidence and concentration anytime they are on offense.
What I also like about the team is that they use all their players equally, even though they might be different levels, as there's three players from every club in Austria participating in this team. So there's 3 from Bach, the currently reigning champion, and 3 players from Ketchup women who are reigning mixed champion and got 5th place at the European Championship AUCF, and as well as 3 players from Augärtner, 2 players from Augärtner because only 2 signed up, but another club from Graz, and we've seen Meyerhofer and Brunner do a lot of work with that disc. Latin up, get a chance to march it down the field, and what a beautiful long shot from Andrade. Who else anchoring this O-line for Latin up? Schatz. Up the line, and that's what Austria have not been protecting well enough, in my opinion. The easy up the line shots. Andrade opting for the reset, now going up the line again, and that's going to be too spicy.
Yeah, probably since the Austrian player are well protecting the center of the field, which is the most dangerous area. Latin up have no other option than forcing upline throws and cuts, but we've seen how and why these are riskier.
Wilfing in the middle of the field with disc over to Meyerhofer. Ilewitzer. Back to Wilfing again. They're exchanging people in the handler set with great composure, but this does not work out in Andrade with a D.
Yeah, Andrade is not just anchoring the offensive flow of her team, but also getting the Pochi D. She is having a heck of a game so far, right?
Definitely a player to watch, and for Austria to put someone strong on to try and limit as the Latin up score a break. No.
No.
Score their point. But still.
No, maybe yes.
Kudos.
7-4.
7-4. Whatever it was a good point from the Latin up side. And now Austria has a chance to close out the half. 8-4, but I'm pretty sure Latin up will put something against that.
Yeah. They're gonna try to defend as hard as they can, since they know that they're gonna take a break as soon as they reach the halftime. So it's now the time to give it all and then take a break.
Well, hopefully not take a break yet, as
Yeah.
they want to score some breaks before.
But whenever it is, you know that your best player can rest, so you use them now.
And go at firing for the second half. And firing is what Zenz is doing, but to the ground rather than to a player. Unfortunate here because her receiver was very open, but this is giving Latin up a chance, and we'll see if they can take it. Nava. Huge hug out of Nava, but only Hannah Brunner is coming down with it, picking up the disc as well on the sideline here, quite near to our booth, searching for Hoflacher, who's up the line, and she's gonna go to Zenz rather. Now into the middle to Hoflacher, switching up the field, and Kniely with sticky fingers going out all the way around to Zenz, and that is a beautiful shot collected by Zenz for the half. Austria lead 8-4, slicing through.
Yeah, nice hold for the Austrian squad. Now they're taking a break for the halftime.
And so are we. Second half action coming to you soon. Don't go anywhere yet. Take a 2-minute break. Get some coffee, get some water, and we'll be back soon.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, Ultimate TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
our
work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Saw that ad, grow Ultimate with us. If you want to help us, if you want to sponsor our live stream, if you want us to come to your event and stream it, everything is possible with ulti.tv. So if you want to give us a little bit of your money, we'd love that. a fee worth a coffee in most of the European countries. €3 a month will already help us a lot. Think about that, go to our Patreon, watch some more games on YouTube for free, as we can watch Jana Roy put up a huge, beautiful huck for Hübel, and she's gonna just stand there and wait for the perfect throw. Johanna Roy to Nicola Hübel, a Mosquitoes connection, and they're cheering Klosterneuburg because this is where they're from. They've known each other, two of them known each other for ages. They've come up through the junior system together and still playing on the same team. There are rumors about them joining a certain club team for Worlds, but we're still in negotiation about that. But would definitely be lovely to have those two players on our team, on my team, playing with them.
That was definitely an amazing throw, finding her teammate with a lot of separation there in the end zone. Latina probably not expecting that.
Definitely not expecting it, because there was no one.
Yeah, I don't know why, since Austria have been relying a lot on their long game, but
that was just too perfect of a throw, and now Latina have to respond with a point of their own. Shots on the far side, and she's gonna huck it and try, and just out of the hands of the receiver. Not enough air under it for Saldana to collect that.
Yeah, not an easy catch to make there.
Dahl walking the disc up to the line. She's looking for a reset and goes up the line to Brunner, and she's gonna launch it deep for Kreil, and it's gonna hang for so long. Will she get there? She's running towards it, and just out of the hands of her. Unlucky.
Yeah, she couldn't accelerate fast enough to reach that disc.
It's the third day, last game, third day of this tournament, and legs are getting heavier. We can see that. Just have to adjust our throws accordingly. Big gainer for Clement. Goes back to the reset to Flores. Hocha, and not her, but Hoflacher. And it seems like there was a foul, and we can see a replay right here, and looks like Hoflacher cleanly smacked that disc on the ground first, but she's happy to uncontest that foul, as she thinks there was contact, which is completely fine for the players. And high disc, and it's too far out in front of Trocha and Flores, rather, and Hannah Brunner to pick up quickly, putting it into the hands of Dahl. She's gonna go to Meyerhofer, Graz connection here. Dahl in front of the end zone, looking for an option. And Wielewitzer is gonna keep her feet just in bounds.
Yeah, Austria not giving any sort of break to their opponents. They just keep pushing and taking advantage of every chance they got.
They definitely did that, and they came up out firing after this half, getting a point and a break out of those Latin up women.
Yeah, the comeback in the second half for Latin up, it's hard since they have fewer players on their roster, and we have seen a lot of the likes of Andrade, San Marco in the first half, so they are not getting any fresher.
As we can see, 1/7 player jogging onto the field for Latin up. Thought she was going to get a break, but she's going to get live stream action here. Schatz, the Austrian, on that Latin up team. And they're going to receive the disc from Austria.
At this point, there is not much they can do. Just focus on every point, trying to play. Oh.
Quickly uncontested foul as there was a collision on the field. Andrade with the disc in her hand. Looking for an option. Ups to go round rather than up the line. And this there for the quick pop pass. She wants to send it, I see it, and she does as well. Neely in pursuit, and she's gonna not be able to get there. Beautiful catch by San Marco.
We have a chance to watch it again.
Faking it first and giving it on the second attempt there, and I do not know what
they called it out of bounds.
Called it out of bounds,
and was it?
It was very close to the line. They've resolved that
with a goal.
Seems like they called it in, and we're gonna have the advantage of seeing this again very closely. Neely running under, and then
I think it was in bounds. She landed with her left foot first.
She was very close to the line, but in bounds, and this is going to be called a goal, and that's definitely the right call from our perspective. The players have resolved it as well. They opted not to ask for our opinion and resolve it on their own, which is perfectly fine and good spirit. Advancing to 5-2, 5-10. Oh, where did I get 5-2 from? 5-10, the score in favor of Austria. Beautiful shot there from Andrade on the Latin upside, though.
Choosing to stay on the field and pulling now the disc.
Pull out of Andrade will be centered to Vilovica. Zenz looking for someone. Will find Roy. I want to see another Huck. Not this time. Not yet anyway. She's getting it in a power position. Looks for Hubel and finds her. This is exactly what I wanted to see, and it's going to be far but easily collected. Hubel and Roy, the love connection there from the Mosquitas. What a game they two are having.
Once again, an amazing shot by that Austrian player. Roy showcasing her throwing skills for us live here at the Madrid International Tournament.
Kudos to both of them. But if you know a player so long and if you have that connection, why not use it?
Absolutely, I agree.
So Latinop will have a chance to get another goal. This game has definitely cleaned up in terms of possession. Both teams are now in their flow, in their rotation.
Yeah, I think also because the defensive pressure lowered a bit, in my opinion. So possession on offense is easier, and this is turning out definitely in favor of Austria, since they are up 11-5 and they don't need any more breaks to win, while on the other end, Latinop definitely needing many breaks if they want to win the game, or at least shorten the advantage that the continental players have on them.
Rather putting up the disc into the hands of Saldana. Back to Tejo, surveying the field. Looking for someone. Finding a reset. Austria back in their zone, look. Unrusted player to Tejo. Nava to Nava. Rehel. Thinking about the hammer, a bit frustrated with her team, but never leave any option out here when working against the zone Nava.
Now
Really
she has to dump and swing fast. I mean, you get not even 2 seconds on the sideline to decide if you want to play on the sideline, but if you don't find an option looking for the sideline, you look back to the center, and then once again dump and swing the disc. That was a great look from Tejero.
It was a good look from Tejero, and Kmekova was just too far out of reach. She nearly got there, but just in time. The disc got there first. And great recognition from Saldana to put her body in between there and catch that disc, move towards it. Hugging it like a baby here. You can see that one more time, and beautiful stuff out of Latin Up. They did not get stifled by anything Austria did on their defense. I like this matchup defense a little more because I have felt that they could apply more pressure.
Yes.
But I understand.
Yeah, also because they have the length of the roster at their advantage. So, but these tournaments are also about trying out everything you've got, right?
That's definitely what I wanted to say. I understand that this team is here to try out different things. Roy in the middle, up to Leninger. Leninger looking for a reset, finds Roy with a beautiful break shot. Roy looking for Hübel, but this time she's not going to go deep, but under, and this is early, too early. I think Roy wanted to go deeper. Hübel wanted to come under, and a bit of a miscommunication, giving the disc back to Latinap. Into the middle for Tejero.
Will they capitalize on that? Not yet.
Commentators curse a bit as she cannot wrap her fingers around it. Great hands by Roy on the other hand though, looking for options, is all alone in the handler set now, finds Leninger, who keeps the hands around the disc, and she overshoots Hübel. Too quick and not enough snap on that disc to get it where they wanted it to be. Tejero is going to pick the disc up from the sideline. We see Austria has taken my advice and gone back to a matchup defense, although they didn't hear me, but might have sensed it as well, that they were very effective with that. Clement with the disc in her hand. Zen's nearly getting the upline defense, but now a beautiful hug into the end zone for Amanda. And she's gonna get that. She can, Andrade rather. She's working it on both sides of the field. The speedy Hübel could not catch up to the striking Latina player.
Andrade once again being there for her team. She's definitely a player to watch and to keep in mind. I'm really curious to know how she will end up, where she will end up in the future. I think she has a lot to give, definitely. It's the first time that I had a chance to watch her playing, and I'm really liking it. She finds the deep space, she finds the dump space, she has the shots, she has the poachy defenses. A quite complete
Andrade,
player.
watch out. European champion and Eurostar players is impressed by you. Maybe come find her later as well. As the hug goes up into the middle for Hanna Brunner. Kmekova is not going to get the disc in this occasion. Won a high star count, finds Brandl, and Brandl's gonna fake it. I would have loved to see her huck it. Over, shooting to nobody is Brunner. Bit of a miscommunication. 3 people in the area, but no definite cuts, and this is another chance for Latinap to get a point. 7-11, the current score. Time. Let's get some Slurpees, as Stefan Panzo would say, and Milan is saying in the back. I think maybe a Slurpee would be the best thing to pick all of us up now. Latinap on a stride. Huge around shot. Good vision there that this player was going to be completely free, and Schatz is now looking for an option. Gonna go back to the middle, and what a catch by Andrade. Alde was so close. I figured she'd get there, but only person with the disc in hand is Andrade. Good spacing there from Latinap, and the cock is gonna be collected into the arms of Clement. That is a break for the Latinap side, and where the score is back to 8-11, 11-8 for the in favor of the Austrians.
Amazing option here from amazing action, sorry folks, from Latinap. Once again, Andrade showcasing what she's got.
Yeah, definitely turn into a show here. So a bit of a momentum shift, isn't it? In favor of Latinap.
I'm sensing it. They managed to score a break. Now, I believe they are gonna try to score another one. They're within 3, so everything is possible, definitely.
Lotte Wilfing running off the field as we see Latinap putting another big pull up. Roy collecting it at the exact perfect moment. Not a lot of cuts happening. Has to go up for the reset to change their position again. And
Latinap choosing to poach on the handlers. Now they are getting closer.
Roy with a huge huck after her up the line. And she's going to go over to the other side of the field for Huber. Great recognition here. And Roy with the disc in her hand again, and she's going to shoot for Zenz, but this is going to be out of the end zone, always out. And we saw Andrade flying in there, making sure that disc would never see the hands of Zenz. Andrade walking the disc up the line towards where they believe the disc went out of bounds as well.
I was sure that she had touched it.
I was too.
So if she had, she should have played from the cone.
But this is Vilevitz's disc, and she waited a long time to get there. Could have jumped up earlier, but whatever works. And if that's the defense, that's totally fine. Andrea Zenz, just in favor of the Austrians, of course. Zenz is opting around to Roy, and continuation is there from Leninger. Very good timing from her end, and putting it back into the trusted hands of Roy. And she's gonna go for the same shot again, this time closer to the sideline. Zenz is trying again, but not enough still. Maybe a third time, the same throw will do it.
Yeah, but I don't think they need to play those kind of throws. I think they are easily finding space, jumping and swinging, and building their action instead of shooting to the corners. But, well, now it's Latinap time to think about how to capitalize on that mistake.
Yeah, there've been a lot of miscommunications and first shots on the side of Latinap, and I think they would also like the timeout to get a sip of water and maybe get their heart rates down again on the other side. The Austrians could use that very well to set up a daring defense.
Yes, they could trap them on the sideline, taking away whatever set play they had planned to play.
Are you a fan of in-game timeout, midpoint timeouts, Laura?
Well, after 2, 3, 4 turnovers.
If you only have one timeout, is that what you take it?
I think that if Latin Up want to come back, it's the moment to do that. So, yeah, only with these few players, I might have done the same call, but not on the sideline. I mean, I would have. This is what we try to do with Guzmán when we are in a desperate need of a timeout. We know that. I mean, we agree on calling the timeout, but we do it only after we have managed to center the disc in the center of the field.
Yep, going from a center position just gives you so many more options. I am a fan of that as well.
And it's harder for the defense to predict the pattern of your movement. There is not so much you can do that when you're there. You can either try to dump and swing or playing on the sideline. So
trapping the disc on the sideline is definitely an advantage for the Austrian side, but Latin Up has shown huge hucks and also daring break shots. So we'll see what they've been cooking up in that timeout. Looks like a normal vertical stack setup, but giving a lot of space to that inside shot as Austria opts not to trap them, but
the positioning of the reset handler is so far and behind the disc. The defense has to choose if they want to poach or play person defense. Oh, that was unfortunate because it was a very nice throw.
It was definitely a nice idea, just too far out in front, maybe pushing that shot a little too far. Zen's now looking end zone. Up the line for Wilowice, and there's going to be a help defense, but only Wilowice in a position to get that shot and the goal for Austria. That is a quick momentum turn in favor of the Austrian squad.
That is an example of why we at Kuzb like to play without the reset handler there, because it's very hard to find a good position to get free from a person defense, and maybe placing them as the first of the stack can give them dump option and up the line option from the reset handler. From there behind, there is not so much you can do. Maybe on the same line of the disc, so that the defense have to choose if they want to poach or if they want to play person defense, and cannot really do both. But from there behind, I mean, you can help a bit and then also have the time to go there, and yeah.
I remember learning that system at the academy in the summer, and I fell in love with it because you can choose whatever. You have a line of players, and if the first option and the second option doesn't work, there's always going to be a third option. I think that would have been a thing Latin Up could have used, but also very good pressure on the Austrian side now, and Latin Up can get the disc in their hands on an offensive possession again now. Andrade with a big huck, sent very late into crowded space, and she's trying to box it out, but is always going to be out of this field.
Yeah, on average, the Austrian player are way taller, so those kind of shots are risky. It would have been, even with a perfect shot, it would have been a hard ask from her teammate.
The disc was released quite late.
Yeah.
The cut was already very deep.
Exactly, yeah, you're right.
And since the disc apparently never got found its way back into the field. Meyerhofer just goes beyond half to pick it up. Over to Brunner. Inside shot. Faked and not taken. Opts for the open side space for Brandl. No reset for Brandl. Goes over the top. Nearly got a hand on there. Did Nava. Pali. In the red zone, and there's a poach on the open side, so there's should be another player free somewhere.
Nice poach D.
Meyerhofer. Now on the same side Pali was before. Around to Knieli, and finding the perfect connection up onto the break side would be ideal for the Austrian team, but they not yet have it. Brunner going back to Meyerhofer. They're in a standstill at the same position, trying to find a way through, and this is an overshot a bit for Brandl, and it's going to be out of the hand zone, out the back here. And I actually like the patience of them going to the handler on the side, running up the line, letting someone else come in there and go back to the middle. It was just the wrong moment to...
Yeah, they rushed it a bit in the end.
In the end, but
It's off. Hats off for the Latin up defense there, forcing their opponents after like a few dumps to try to look for the end of the pitch.
beautiful round shot, and she cannot hang on to it.
Not an easy ask there.
It was, but a beautiful round shot. I like that option. Just very far to the sideline, too close for shots. Knieli helping out with the round shot. Going up the line to Brunner, and Brunner looking for Knieli, and they still have a poach on the open side. So another free player somewhere. She's gonna have to lay out for that. Two players, the two number 9s, Pali and Johanna Dahl there, but none of them able to get finish up with the disc in her hands. On the other side, letting up have any players around the disc could also get it on. Andretta is going to launch it deep, and it's going to hang beautifully, but just enough for Pali to get under it. That was a bit of a bailout shot, a Hail Mary try.
Yeah, honestly, I don't agree. I think that it was not a mistake on the choice, more the execution, because the defender had the time to catch up on the cutter. That was unfortunate because the cutter had the advantage. I mean, she could have caught it. It could have been possible. I think it's a 50-50 responsibility on that mistake, if they were ever writing down stats on the game.
Not taking this seriously, but you are right. Watching it again, the option is the correct one. The throw could have been maybe 2 to 3 meters further into the left side of your screen, into the back of the end zone. Then Pali, as a defender with the beautiful defense, could not have gotten there and caught up. But
yeah,
with the disc hanging like that, you give your defense a chance and not enough chance to your receiver. So in that timeout, what, as the captain of the Austria squad, what do you say? What's
to play it easy? I believe that they are almost free. You can see that apart from the previous point in the end zone, on average, the pressure on the person defense from Latin up is not high. So they don't need to force this, they just have to create space. So play it with good positioning on the stack, vertical or horizontal, it doesn't really matter. And trusting the fact that they are going always to have an open option without forcing throws, difficult throws in the corner or on the sidelines. They can also hack it. I mean, there is a poach because Andrade is smart, and also they know that they are going to, they are marked from behind, but
Una in a lot of stress now, opting for
now with the
Maehr
chance. Oh,
with a very sticky finger there to catch that disc. That's what I wanted to say, but then there was a bit of an interruption there. Looks like a call,
stall out call.
a stall out call, and they're discussing it. Bruna probably arguing that she's still got that disc off, and Neely wonderfully showing the hand signals into our direction so that we know what's going on, which is a contested stall out, and they're gonna opt with for the inside to Kneely. Pali on the far side of the field looking for an option.
I think that, yes, the Latin up know that they're going to play on the sidelines, so that's where they were poaching, and it had worked, but with a dump and a swing in the close side, and another amazing hack.
Out of Sandra Kneely this time. Beautiful huck. I thought for a second, just a split second, that this was going to go out of the ends, out of the side of the zone, but the field rather, but it arced into the end zone perfectly, put into a position where only the two Austrian receivers underneath it could get to it, and we see that one again. So many bodies underneath it, but perfectly into the hands of Brandl.
Yeah, great put there. Dump, swing, opening up the field, and hacking deep.
There's
This
a lot of love in
really
that pass.
Austrian/German type of play.
Oh, is it? Tell me about that. I don't know. So I've heard that before, that people say, oh, that's a typical Austrian play, but what is that?
To play a lot of dump and swings, and then vertical, not a lot of small throws into the center of the field.
So we just got a message in the YouTube chat that Andrade is an elite player from Colombia.
Okay, thanks.
She has played for the best teams in Colombia, Bamboo and Revolution, so this explains a lot, let's say it like that.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know. I mean, I was thinking that she was a sort of super rookie star. Apparently, I don't know the Colombian scenes so well, apart from the few players always showcased from Revolution.
Showcasing some beautiful women's ultimate is Latin up here though, as they're on the brink of their end zone and gonna go high and wide, and that's safety for them with a beautiful inside shot, and Milovica giving up before she caught the disc, but unfortunately, or fortunately for her, the disc was caught out of bounds as she collects it here. You can see that high pass. Great idea to put that in the inside shot is beautiful. Milovica giving up early, as we can see here, and then getting bailed out by an unlucky catch out of bounds for Latina, but they're going to give it right back, and she cannot close her hands around the disc. Up the line there, blown coverage a bit, and she's going to jump that into the goal, behind the goal line, of course.
Nice job there.
Latina being lucky a bit, getting that disc back. Scores 13-9 now on the Austria side. This is definitely a break, must break score for Latin up, so they gotta get that flow and punch one in. Otherwise this game will be over sooner rather than later. We don't want any short games, or we want as much frisbee action as we can get, and I'm sure you at home do too. Another question in the stream was stream of the third place game in the open division soon, and the answer was coming from multi-team. We're going straight to the women's final. It's Iceni versus First Style.
Aren't we streaming the third place?
We might sort that out for you and ask again, but there's definitely going to be a lot of frisbee action here. For now, it's a women's round robin pool game, and Roy thinking about the break shot. I definitely saw her getting that mealy in the dump space, getting a power dump here. Roy over. And that's a turnover for the Austrian side. Latin up on a row here. Oh, and that's going to be a hack. Trying to find Andrade and get her too. Just in front of the end zone. Flores finding Andrade up the line. She's wanted to put that over the top. Decides against it though and goes around for the safe shot. Wants disc again now though. And goes all the way to the break side. Sticky fingers just in front of the end zone. Nothing the Speedy Shuttle could do. Clement with the disc in her hand.
Yeah, Latin Up are not done yet.
Definitely not. That was a break for Latin Up that was beautifully weighted. A lot of patience there on the Latin Up side. And to clarify the questions of live streaming and order of play, we're going straight to the women's final. Iceni versus First Side, 11:40 here on this field. But this round robin game here, the last one for both teams, not over yet. Both teams are fighting for their first win of the tournament, and one can see they haven't given up yet. Latin Up trying to stay in the game, and they're definitely on the flow now.
A light breeze just picked up here in Madrid, so the Austrian squad is attacking downwind, so it's gonna be a hard ask for Latin Up if ever they will manage to get the disc to play upwind.
Zen's all alone, now Hoflacher all alone. Bit of a miscommunication there maybe, or exploiting that open side poach a little too much. Zen's all alone, no mark whatsoever. Putting it over to Meyerhofer. Now Wilfing. He's gonna put it up over to Brandl, just in front of the end zone, and she's popping it in for Alda, and that is a beautiful goal for Austria, making it 14-10 the score, which means getting a break now or holding once will end the game in favor of Austria.
Yeah, nice job there from Austria, playing it cool, valuing the possession of the disc. So Latin Up really have to score this one if they still want to get a shot at the game.
They definitely do want that. I'm sure they won't give up without a fight. But a bit of flown coverage there on defense, and that is not how you get back into it. So you always saw one handler being completely free, unmarked, and that is just a bit too easy if you're forcing matchup.
Yeah, I think they decided to poach for two reasons. One, because the Austrian like to play up line, and the other one is because they're looking clearly tired. So maybe half by choice and half by necessity. But I agree, you then have to get closer on the reset handlers.
Right up to Nava. And Hübel so close to it, but San Marco keeping the disc in bounds, going for an up the line, and that's an easy goal, just beautiful from the Latin up side.
Yeah, Latin up securing their hold. And now Austria having 4 chances. To win this game.
This is a make or break point from here on out. Every single one will have to be a break for Latin up, or else Austria will win. Hard cap is at 15. Hey, Nico, Rapotnik, Zippo. Little Zip is in the house.
Hi.
Good for you. Hello. Good for you to join us. We're sad you're not here, honestly. But maybe next year, maybe in 2 years.
Suspiciously open there.
As
for the
Benjamin
swing.
says. Vegi 03 is probably Jürgen Wegert. Good for you to join us as well and cheer on, rather, the Austrian women. Verena Palli with the disc over to Kmakova. Thinks about the deep shot, would have loved for her to give that, but she
Andrade was there too.
Opts to go around.
We are seeing her poaching into the end zone. Not moving from there.
Anna Hoflacher with the heads-up shot over Kyle, and how did Andrade get to that point so quickly? She's everywhere on that field. Overshooting Kyle a bit. Means the disc ends up in the Latin up hands, and Wilfing is underneath that disc. Can she get the defense there in second attempt? Will be on the side of Austria, and that's a second try on offense here. Hoflacher with the disc, working with Alda, her teammate in Innsbruck, and that's an overshot. Unfortunate for the two-handers, and an easy red zone opportunity here for Latin to get one of the needed 4 breaks to even it up. And she's calling a timeout, but as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, they've already taken their timeout for the second half. There's 1 timeout per half. That
yes, exactly. Each team just has 1 timeout per half.
And also I'm not 100% sure about the rules here, but I believe the stall will start at 5 rather than at 1. So they will get an added stall to this. That's because
I thought they had to go back
to 0. We're clarified.
Not from there. They should get punished for the mistake. I'm gonna take a look at the rules. Sorry, folks, if I forgot that one. Maybe adding 2 to the current.
Could be. If anyone in the YouTube chat knows, please get in touch with us. And
maybe it's adding +2 to the current.
this sounds reasonable. Flores with the arcing shot that will connect just in front of the end zone now. Opting to go back some yards. Nava going up the line and just overshooting her receiver. And Hoflacher is going to walk the disc back up there. Austria 3rd chance, and Hoflacher and Alda will connect this time, trying it again up the line. Beautiful shot for Hoflacher. She's in a power position, does not get a cut, and now works with Zenz. Shaking her head, does not like what she sees, goes for the around shot to Krakova, who's very, very open. Reaching it up high and going to Pali. Over to Alda. And to Hoflacher, who's put it into Kreil's hands. Alda trying to get 3 but doesn't get anyone. Now she has Pali. Hoflacher is so open. Red zone opportunity now. Kmekova asking for it and getting it as well. Looking, shooting deep for Kreil. It's hanging long, it's deep, it's not. Andrade was always gonna get there before it. A bit of a daring shot, especially with a prime defender like Andrade in the area.
Thanks to our friends who commented on the chat and confirmed that you're gonna have to add +2 count to the current count if you call a timeout that you don't actually have.
Starting stall at 3 makes far more sense than starting at 5. And sorry for that.
Yeah, also because you don't know. I mean, you could call the timeout at stalling 9, so why should you add?
Definitely. That
Go
makes
back to 5, you know.
that makes
I don't
no
know
sense.
what happens if you call the timeout at 9 if you had children.
And that is it. That is game for Verena Pali. What a catch. 2 defenders here in the end zone. Austria takes their first win of the tournament over a Latin Up team that is beat up but gave it their all.
Yeah, definitely well deserved for the Austrian girls. Definitely. They had a longer roster, they used it, and it was too much in the end for the smaller roster of Latin Up.
Austria in celebration, happy that they closed this tournament out with a win, but Latin Up also gave them a fight and they pushed and they managed to come back a bit. 15-11, the end of that now. We see a replay of the last point. Alda in a bit of a stressful situation, ups in the end to go up to Pali, and she jumps in to the end zone for the score to end the game. Thank you very much for tuning in, for being with us and watching this YouTube live stream from the Madrid International Cup. Don't go anywhere though. We have more games for you. The next one is going to be the women's final. Iceni taking on Frisbees from France. Iceni out of England. So don't go anywhere. Come back soon. And thank you very much for being here. Christina Obermeier for Laura Verolfi, and we'll see you again.
So the game is at 1. The next game that we're seeing is at 1. Oh my god.
Yes, this day at 20 to play the women's final, the third.
Here's nothing like that. No, so no, you say.
I want to end at 1:10.
You were going for 4 games, but we only do 3, so that's the...
I've never played 10 minutes.
The question was that okay, so no breakfast premium.
My bag.
Yeah?
My bag.
So I would say we have 10-minute overlay. Do not finish
Multi.tv.